Welcome to the first game today, the MVL Pure Corporate Championship Edition 2. Today, NMDC takes on QUALCOMM. NMDC have won the toss, chosen to bat first. Have not had a great start to the tournament, lost all three of their games. QUALCOMM has won one and lost one. An important game for both teams. 𝗙𝗂𝗃 takes strike and gets off the mark with the first ball towards mid-wicket. Santhosh running in for QUALCOMM. That's a tight call, and the umpire has raised a finger immediately. Wonderful bowling there. Accuracy from Santhosh. Gets dismissed of the first ball. On the money.
Hello.
Disappointing start to this game for for NMDC. Wicket of just the second ball of the innings. They'll need to consolidate. 𝗙𝗂𝗃 has batted well for them throughout this tournament without too much support on the other side. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 has looked good in patches. Aniket, the new batter, out in the middle, joins 𝗙𝗂𝗃. A length ball this time, within the wickets. This goes off his pads for a leg by, I think. Yes, the umpire confirms the same. So Aniket out to bat, 95 matches for almost 1700 runs, average of 26. 𝗙𝗂𝗃 flicks that one. Moved forward, tried to attack that. I think Santhosh noticed that and pulled his length back. But 𝗙𝗂𝗃 was able to adjust. Just flicked it off his hips towards the mid-wicket region for a single. Great looking shoes for 𝗙𝗂𝗃. 𝗙𝗂𝗃 in yellow, Aniket in orange. A wonderful day for cricket again. Beautiful weather today. Plays it on the offside this time towards the cover fielder. Decide against a single. Once again, just nudge towards the same fielder between covers and cover point, and they run through for a single. So a good start to the game for QUALCOMM. 1 wicket picked, 4 runs conceded. NMDC really need to consolidate. Umakant, the bowler, comes in. Umakant has picked up 41 wickets in his 38 matches. He has some experience as well behind his shoulders, and he'll be running in. Right arm over the wicket, bowling to Aniket. A foolish ball played towards the cover fielder. Once again a dot. But Aniket has looked good so far. He's middled, I think, all 4 of his deliveries. So that will give his team some confidence. Really lacked a good batting partnership top of the innings. In the past few games, NMDC have already lost 1 wicket today. They will hope that Aniket and Rishi Raj can bat together for some time today and get them off to a start. In spite of the win-loss record, NMDC have been a great team in this tournament. They've been good advocates for the game of cricket, played the game in the right spirit. Speaking to a few of their players post matches, always found them to be very enthusiastic, very interested in the game of cricket overall. The last ball there, played and missed outside the off stump by Rishi Raj. Keeper threw the stumps down, but the batsman was comfortably in. Short ball on the leg. He's picked it up towards the mid-wicket fence. What a good shot that is from Rishi Raj. We'll take a quick look on that to verify whether the ball is carried over the ropes. It's a 4. 1 bounce. It's very close to the ropes there. 4-run signal by the umpire. That was good from Rishi Raj. Need a few more of those in NMDC. This time off the back foot from the crease. Plays it towards the fielder at cover point in the deep. They run through for another single. Rishi Raj is looking in good touch, and so is Aniket. A shot outside the off stump, play and a miss. Good collection there from the wicketkeeper. Look comfortable behind that. The end of the second over, the score moves to 10 for 1. Santosh comes back to bowl his second over. Wonderful stats behind him. 193 wickets. Short ball again, played it off the back foot towards the mid-wicket region. They run through for 1 and they're happy with 1. Looks like a slight change in field for Aniket. The fielder from fine leg moves across towards squarish mid-wicket. Oh, that would have been interesting because Rishi was very late to start there. He was ball watching for a little while, Rishi Raj, but Aniket calling him through. Luckily for them, the fielder was not very alert and Rishi Raj managed to make his ground without any discomfort. Last thing that NMDC need is a run out. Once again, plays it off the back foot, opens the face of the bat towards the fielder at point. But lacking any punch in that stroke, Rishi. was down the leg side, but well taken by the wicketkeeper again, standing up to the stumps. Keeps it down to just a single wide. Once again, punch towards the fielder at point of the back foot, but no runs on offer. This time, if picked the gap with perfection, covers and mid-off have been pierced, and the ball races to the boundary. Fantastic stroke from 𝗍𝗫. Wide down the leg again. Santosh struggling a little bit for control. It's been good batting by 𝗍𝗫. Once again, short ball, rocks back, hit it over the fielder at mid-wicket. Wonderful stroke. 6 beautiful runs for 𝗍𝗫 in complete control. A shot of authority. The score moves on to 23 for 1 at the end of 3 overs. NMDC are back on track. Tanuj comes into bowl, 28 wickets in his 37 matches. Once again, Aniket punches it towards the fielder at point and they run through for a single. So it looks like they've decided that Aniket is going to be the accumulator and 𝗍𝗫 is going to be the aggressor. That seems logical for NMDC. QUALCOMM looking for another wicket. They've brought in a change in their bowling effort. Once again, giving him width, not a great connection that time from 𝗍𝗫, just a single towards the fielder at deep point. This time well played by Aniket, managed to beat the fielder at point. Once again, just a single towards the fielder in the deep. That fielder at deep point has been very busy today. Already seen 4 or 5 balls hit to him just in the 4th over of the game. Wide outside the off stump on that occasion. Once again, well kept by the wicketkeeper. Looking in good touch for QUALCOMM. It's never easy standing up to the stumps. Bowlers are bowling in at some good pace. Nothing too express, but decent pace from Tanuj. Once again, off the back foot, hit it towards the fielder at mid-off. Covers rather. No run on offer there. 𝗍𝗫 batting on 19 of 13 balls. 12 balls, 19 of 12. He's hit it in the air, straight towards the fielder at long mid-off. Settles under it, fumbles and then takes it. A big blow that for NMDC. Rishi Raj was looking really good. A false stroke. I think he got too far under it. Got the elevation, not the distance. We're better off playing that towards mid-wicket. That's what he signals to Jayaprakash, who walks in next. A 27 for 2. And Jayaprakash is the next batter. 4,900 runs in almost 400 game for Jayaprakash. So he comes in with a lot of experience. Average of 19. Rishi Raj was looking in real good touch today. He was connecting everything, timing things well. We're disappointed with that stroke. Tanuj, on the other hand, will be very happy. He's come in, picked up a wicket in his first over. Good catch by Santosh as well. Short ball into the midriff. Jayaprakash just nudges that towards the empty square leg region and they run through for a single. Umakant comes back into the attack to bowl his second over. 28 for 2. This has been a very good start from QUALCOMM. They managed to pick up wickets, keep a lid on the scoring rate as well. In spite of that 6 and a couple of boundaries coming in the innings, they managed to spew a lot of dot balls together, which always creates pressure on the batting team. Hit it in the air towards the fielder at deep cover, who ran in a little bit too far. In the end, did get two hands to it, but dropped it. That's a life for Jayaprakash early on in his innings. How expensive is that going to be? Because he's been one of the best batters for the NMDC team. Scored 47 in one of the earlier matches. That brings Aniket back on strike. Short ball, picks it beautifully towards the mid-wicket region. Couple of bounces and over the boundary rope. That was well hit by Aniket. Waited on that. .33 for 2, 4.3 overs now. So it looks like NMDC have decided that they are going to play a little aggressively today. Maybe a change in tactic or strategy for them, because they've had a few low-scoring games before this. Short ball outside the off stump, just played towards the fielder at cover point. They run through for a single again. So NMDC in need of a partnership. The run rate will need a push-up as well. So hit it in the air once again, fielder at cover. Short cover rather, drops that. There was a catching opportunity. Jayaprakash living a charmed life. That is 2 catches going down early on in his innings. And Umakant must be wondering what he needs to do to pick up a wicket today. because there is 2 chances that is created this over, and both of them have gone begging. This time 𝗃𝗃 has lofted it over the empty point region. Wonderful stroke from him, capitalizing. Width was an offer, it was full, threw his hands at it and got a great boundary. You drop a good player, he generally makes you pay. 𝗃𝗃 is definitely a good batter. It'll be interesting to see how expensive those drops are going to be today for QUALCOMM. Aniket will now come back on strike. Tanuj continues, right arm over the wicket. Aniket outside edge of that. Ball is racing away towards the third man boundary, but there's a fielder there who keeps it down to a single. Down the leg side, 𝗃𝗃 tried to glide that, but no bad on that, so wide call by the umpire. Score have moved on to 40 for 2, 5.1 overs. If NMDC can just find a way to get to 170, they'll pose a strong challenge. Once again, lofted it in the air. Beautiful stroke that from 𝗃𝗃. Over the fielder at cover. One bounce and over the boundary rope. Wonderful batting. So it looks like 𝗃𝗃 has decided to be aggressive today. He's had 2 catching opportunities, gone begging already, but he's also hit 2 lovely boundaries. So 𝗃𝗃 batting on 10 of 6 now. This time all along the ground, played towards the fielder in the deep at cover point. Just a single. So QUALCOMM wanting to back the fielders on the offside. Both fielders in the deep, standing on the offside boundary. One at the extra cover boundary, one on the cover boundary. Towards mid-off, an appeal for run out. I think that will be close. I'm not sure if 𝗃𝗃 had grounded his bat in time. The umpire calls for a third umpire. We'll take a look at that. I think he may have been in, but I don't think he's grounded his bat. Need another angle. So that was close. The batsman gets away with that. A little lazy from 𝗃𝗃 on that occasion. Very lucky to be out there. Wide outside the offside. 𝗵46 for 2, 5.4 overs. Oh, beautifully bowled by Tanuj that occasion. On a length, got it to rise just outside the off stump. Aniket had no answer to that. Well kept again by the wicketkeeper, collecting it cleanly. Ball nestles into the gloves. It's a wonderful sight. So the last ball of the power play comes into effect. Bottom edge, towards the fielder at third man, just a single. The end of 6 overs, the score is 47 for 2. The fielding restrictions are now off, which means the fielding team can have up to 5 fielders outside the circle. They've extended that luxury. The fielders in the deep, mid-wicket, long on, long off. Covers and extra covers, those are the 5 fielders outside the circle. And the inner ring, a short third man, point, covers, and a mid-wicket. Short ball outside the leg stump. Once again, Aniket just missing out. Must have hoped to get some bat on that. That would have been 4 runs because there's no fielder whatsoever from the mid-wicket boundary till the third man region. It's a huge gap, mid-wicket to third man. That's almost a 120-degree area. So that's 1/3 of the cricket ground is empty. Just a single towards long on that occasion. Jayaprakash now. I think Jayaprakash will continue to be aggressive. I'm sure he'll try to look at the boundary options on the leg side. Now, good bowling that. Fires it into his pads. 𝗂𝗵 bowling his first over. Right arm over the wickets. It's a good tight start. Fires it into the pads and Jayaprakash just descends it towards the fielder at cover. Once again, an almost action replay. The only difference being this time he played it in the air. Beat the fielder at short cover. They run through for a single towards long off. Cut it again towards the fielder at point. No runners in offer. A short ball. Picks the mid-wicket fielder once again, Aniket. Aniket batting on 13 of 19 now. 13 of 18. So he will want to get a move on. 50 runs to score. The 50 is up for NMDC in the 7th over. The loss of 2 wickets. Well played again. Just outside the off stump. Just guides it towards point. No run on offer. The end of the 8th over. 7th over. The score remains 50 for 2. Just a tad over 7 runs and over the current run rate. NMDC will be happy that they've only lost 2 wickets, but I think they will feel that they're about 10 runs short in terms of where they needed to be in the scoring rate. You can always make up the runs if you have the wickets. At least that's what NMDC will hope for. QUALCOMM, on the other hand, will feel content because they've not let the game get away from them. They've managed to keep a lid on the scoring rate and picked up 2 wickets as well. It's the kind of start that both teams will feel a little happy with. Maybe NMDC will be happy that they've not lost too many wickets, and QUALCOMM on the other hand will feel that they've not conceded too much. Jayaprakash facing the new bowler. Rajat comes into the attack. 20 matches for his 24 wickets from Rajat. Bowls at an economy of about 7 runs and over, so that's pretty good. Nice looking run up from Rajat. He's a tall guy, broad shouldered. Looks like somebody who wants to hit the deck. And plays it beautifully over the fielder at cover, but there's fielders backing the bowling there. There are 3 fielders in the deep in the offside region. So it's very clear that they don't want to concede a boundary in that region to Jayaprakash. They've realized early on that that's his strength. They want to protect that boundary. Aniket now back on strike, batting on 13 of 19. Cuts it towards the fielder at point again, no run on offer. In a few strokes that Aniket has played in that region today. A few strokes with no runs. Cut it a couple of times, driven it a couple of times. That same fielder. He just needs to find a way to beat that fielder a little bit later or a little bit earlier. He needs to play that so that he can convert that to a single. Advances this time, hits it towards the fielder at long on. Gets behind that comfortably and keeps it down to a single. And that's a good start from Rajat. 4 balls bowled already, just 2 runs conceded. Just get the impression that NMDC is itching a little bit. Jayaprakash may be wanting to go for a big one. Therein lies the opportunity for QUALCOMM. No, defends it. But unlike Aniket, he didn't go through with a shot, just played it with soft hands, which resulted in a single. You can see Jayaprakash carrying a lot of experience, wisdom behind those ears, which helps him convert that to a single instead of a dot ball. And dot ball again to finish. 8 overs gone into the innings, 56 for 2. $53 for 2, sorry, correction on the scoring. 8 overs gone, 53 for 2. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 continues, comes back into the attack. It's bowled an over for just 3 runs. Lovely partnership this from 𝗀𝗃𝗃 and Rajat. Both of them have come in, bowled right arm over the wicket, bowled tallish bowlers. Managed to keep things tight, just conceded 3 runs per over. Anyway, 𝗀𝗃𝗃 bowling to Jayaprakash. Full straight, just beats the fielder, just beats the bowler in fact on a follow through. Short ball, punched it off the back foot towards the fielder at long on. If that in the gap. Now just a single again, very good fielding. Jayaprakash was looking for 2 there. But that was wonderful fielding from the fielder on the boundary rope at long on. Ball. The wicket-keeper is crossing his limit a little bit there, exceeding the stumps, collecting the ball in front of the stumps, so the umpire calls that a no ball. Great use of technology on display. Free hit signal, Jayaprakash needed just that. He's hit that well, wonderfully towards the fielder at long off, and it exceeds the boundary rope with comfort. A great hit for 6. So that's a little lazy from the wicket-keeper, conceding that free hit. The bowler must be feeling distraught at this moment. To bowl a good ball, just go for a single, but then that gets called a no ball, and then the free hit goes for a 6. Game of cricket can sometimes be really hard on you. Score has moved on to 62, courtesy that free hit. And towards mid-wicket, the fielder circling there, and he puts it down. Jayaprakash living a charmed life. That's the third. Cut that over the fielder at point and third man. Wonderful stroke. A much needed boundary again for NMDC. Getting a move on in the scoring rate. 26 for 17. 68 for 2 at the end of 9 overs. They've got to move on now with a scoring rate. 7.5 runs an over. This is the best start NMDC have had all tournament. 68 for 2 of 9 overs. Jayaprakash looking in good touch now. I must say again that he's been dropped 3 times, but he can't help that as a batter. 3 opportunities for a batsman of the caliber of Jayaprakash. QUALCOMM have only themselves to blame, but NMDC are loving it. Aniket now on strike, batting on 16 of 24. Bhaskara into the attack. 283 wickets of 260 matches. Wonderful performance from him in the past. Beats the batsman outside the off stump. Aniket struggling a little bit today now to get bat on ball. Shot on the legs, hit it towards the fielder at mid-wicket and they run through for a single. Jayaprakash is on strike. That's the perfect outcome for an MDC. Deep cover, deep long off, square leg, mid-wicket and long on. Those were the 5 fielders outside the circle. Wonderfully, respectfully played by Jayaprakash. Sends it back to the bowler. He's never interested in the single there, although Aniket looked interested. With 3 balls bowled, just 1 single conceded so far in this over. Again, beautiful stroke. Beautiful bowling rather. Forces the batsman to just defend it back to himself. So it's lovely bowling from Bhaskar, setting the batsman up. Oh, that one was well played, but once again, just straight to the fielder there at short third man. Pretty much excited throw from the fielder, but no harm done. So this over has only gone for 1 so far. Jayaprakash will be looking for some runs here. Once again, wonderful bowling from Bhaskar. Beats him outside the off stump on a length. An appeal from the wicketkeeper. Maybe more in jest than anything else, because the umpire had called it a dead ball. The end of the over. The score moves to 69 for 2 at the end of 10 overs. So that's a good start. Again, the kind of score that both teams will be happy with. NMDC may be feeling that they are short by about 10 runs at this moment, but they'll be happy that they've just lost 2 wickets. QUALCOMM on the other end, I'll be feeling that they've managed to keep things tight. 7 runs per over is not a lot in this format, especially on this ground, on this playing conditions. So they'll feel like they've done well to restrict them to 69. It all depends on where the second half of this innings goes. If Jayaprakash is able to continue, the two have some more ammunition in their ranks. Raju will come in later. They'll want to keep the scoring rate going. Whether or not that happens, we'll find out in about 5 minutes' time as the players take a drinks break. That was a quick drinks break. Players are almost ready. Action about to begin again. First 10 overs, if you've just joined us, 69 for 2. Aniket batting on 17 of 26. He's been going slowly. And Jayaprakash on the other end, 26 of 21, has been put down thrice. Dot ball to begin the over. Rajat bowling from over the wicket. Dot ball to start proceedings. What a shot that is! Not sure if that's carried all the way. The umpire signals for boundary. Was in his hour, corner length. Just waited, planted his front foot and swung across the line. What a good shot. Few yards short of the boundary rope there. 73 for 2, the score moves on to with that stroke. Aniket now batting on 21 of 28. Once again advances, and the fielder has made a mess of that. Once it beat him, there was only one play for the ball to go, and that was beyond the boundary rope. That is a little poor from QUALCOMM, but NMDC are not complaining. They'll take the runs any way they come. So 8 runs of the first 3 balls. That's a good start to the second half of the inning for NMDC. Defended, fielder at short cover. Once again cut beautifully, beats the fielder at point, goes towards the boundary, and the fielder at the boundary can't stop that. So 3 boundaries this over for Aniket. That is good batting from him. He's bided his time, taken a long time to get going, but finally looks like he's arrived. 29 of 31 now, Aniket. Jayaprakash at the other end batting on 26 of 21. And this partnership now has crossed 50, 54 of 43. Great work for NMDC. 54 of 43 now. And QUALCOMM desperate now for a wicket. Moves across, punches it in the gap between the cover fielders. Just a single to end the over. So 82 for 2 at the end of 11 overs. 7.5 runs in over. And Bhaskar comes back into the attack. Bowled a wonderful last over. Just conceded, I think, 1 run in his previous over, 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Kept things tight, kept beating the batsman outside the off stump. Will we see more of the same, or will Aniket have an answer for him this over? We'll figure out. Aniket batting on 30 of 32. So off the offside edge, almost off the face of the bat. I think maybe half of the ball was hitting the outside half there. Short third man, they take a single. Jayaprakash back on strike. I'm sure Jayaprakash will try to be aggressive this over, because he saw what 𝗏𝗏𝗃 was delivering last over. He'll want to be aggressive this time round. Nope. Decides to just nudge it back to the bowler and take a single. It was a quick one. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 turned around, wanted to hit the stumps, but not able to collect the ball. Really interesting phase of cricket this. I dare say whoever wins the next 2 or 3 overs is going to have a huge edge in this game. Beautifully played by Aniket. A square leg fielder, but a long way away from the ball. Picks the gap with perfection. Just helped it on its way. And all along the ground towards the boundary at the fine leg region. Poor bowling that time from 𝗏𝗏𝗃, just drifted down the pads. And Aniket, who's been batting there for a while now, 34 balls he's played for his 35 runs, capitalizes on that loose ball. 𝗏𝗏𝗃, in the interim, just struggling to hold on to the ball. There's 2 throws, one from the fielder in the deep, on both sides that he's missed to collect. Eventually the keeper helping him out. Moving across, trying to go for the big one near the mid-wicket region. No connection with that one. So good comeback from 𝗏𝗏𝗃 that time round. 35 of 35, Aniket. On the half volley, headed back to 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Some excitement in the field. Yes, no, yes, no. Oh, lucky NMDC to get away with that. Run out opportunity was on, but luckily for them, they decided against the call. So they get away without any damage. 88 for 2 at the end of 12 overs. 7.3 the current run rate for NMDC. Some advice, I think, going from the pavilion to Jayaprakash. Doesn't look like he needs any water. Nevertheless, a word coming in from the pavilion, both towards Aniket and Jayaprakash. Ravi Kiran comes into bowl, 33 game for 19 wickets, 8.5. So still early in his bowling career. Starts off with a loose one on the legs, and Jayaprakash capitalizes. The kind of batter Jayaprakash that won't let a loose opportunity go. He makes sure to get some bat on that. Good stroke for a boundary to start proceedings. 92 for 2 now, 12.1 overs. Short ball outside the off stump. Cut it well off the back foot, and the fielder makes a meal of that on the third man boundary. It was comfortably in his palms, but it just bobbed out and goes beyond the boundary rope. So wonderful result there for NMDC. 2 boundaries to start off the over. A lot of pressure on the new bowler there. Ravi Kiran, 8 runs of his first 2 balls. Jayaprakash now races along to 35 of just 24 balls. Aniket batting on 35 of 37, Jayaprakash batting on 35 of 24. The partnership has now gone on to 69. This time punches it towards the fielder at long off. No risk cricket, common sense batting this. 96 for 2. cut again. Fielder at short third man does manage to stop it that occasion. Just a single. Not the best of throws. But luckily for so QUALCOMM in desperate need of a wicket now. They have to find a way to break this partnership. Both batsmen going great guns. Hits that off the back foot towards the fielder at deep cover. Just a single. NMDC very excited with that stroke. They thought that he had managed to pick the gap. There's a fielder there on the boundary rope. Keeps it down to a single. 99 for 2. Once again tries to beat the same fielder on third man towards his left. Instead goes to his right. Just a single. The 100 comes up for NMDC with that stroke. 100 for 2 of 13 overs. The kind of start that they've been missing all tournament. So 42 balls left in the innings now. How much more can they accumulate in those 42 balls is a matter that only time can answer. Looks like it's going to be 𝗏𝗃𝗃. 𝗏𝗃𝗃, I think, is going to continue for QUALCOMM. Umpire asking for, I think, a change in ball. No, I think they're happy with the condition of the ball, sending it back to the bowler. So 𝗏𝗃𝗃 continues. Bowled one bad ball last over and he was put to the sword towards the fine leg region. That region is still empty. This time hit straight back past the bowler for a single towards long off. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 would strike. This is the interesting story. 𝗏𝗃𝗃 bowling to 𝗀𝗃𝗃. 𝗏𝗃𝗃 has looked really good when he's bowled outside the off stump. 𝗀𝗃𝗃 is looking to be aggressive. Yes, there you go. He's hit that in the air towards the fielder at mid wicket. But he found the gap and he's cleared the boundary rope. So 6 beautiful runs coming off 𝗀𝗃𝗃's bat there. It's looking really good now, 𝗀𝗃𝗃, after those early lives. He's batting on 43 of 27. 5 boundaries and 2 sixers in that knock so far. The fielder at mid wicket moves straighter now. That creates a huge gap between the square leg and the mid wicket boundary. Defends it. No runs on offer. This time he does manage to get that gap between the two fielders. Is he going to come back? No, 𝗀𝗃𝗃 decides against it. I think there was 2 on. But 𝗀𝗃𝗃, a slightly senior player in the team. I think he must be in his 40s. I think he decided against the 2 very early on. Just played it towards the fielder at point. Once again, being respectful towards 𝗏𝗃𝗃. Despite that 6 earlier on in the over. So the last ball of the third over coming up. He's just conceded 15 runs in a spell. That tells you that he's been a miserly bowler, 𝗏𝗃𝗃. And the last ball of the 14th over coming up now. 108 for 2 the score. Aniket to face. He's batting on 38 of 41. Punches it back to 𝗏𝗃𝗃. Dot ball to end the over. 108 for 2 of 14 overs. 7.7 runs per over, the current run rate for NMDC. If they carry on with this run rate, they're projected to get to a score of 154. I dare say they'll be looking for at least 10 to 15 more runs than that. They'll want to set a target of around 170 to QUALCOMM. Not bowled very well this tournament, NMDC. Most of their bowlers have an economy rate of over 8 runs and over this tournament, so they'll want that protection. They'll want to have that cushion of about 170. Looks like it's going to be Равикиран to continue. He hit it in the air, no timing on that. The fielder at long on runs around. The ball did not carry to him. So 2 runs to Jayaprakash. Long time in the air, that ball. But just too far away from any fielder who could have made any damage. Batting on 46 now, Jayaprakash, being encouraged by his team, reminding him that he's on 46, just a stroke away from his 50. A personal landmark for him. His best score this tournament has been 47. Outside half of the bat, that ball is racing towards the third man boundary. 50 up. Wonderful batting from Jayaprakash. 50 up for his team. All the chances that he got earlier on in the innings are now a matter of the past. What matters is now. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, that's why it's called the present. And in the present, Jayaprakash is making sure that he amounts as many runs as he can. That was short and wide outside the off stump. He threw his bat at it and got 4 runs to show for it. Once again, short and wide hit, this time straight to the fielder at cover who takes it. So 4th time of asking, Jayaprakash finally is caught in the field. Maybe a slight lapse in concentration there. That was a short ball. Should have been put away. Maybe hitting it too straight instead of square. Loses his wicket in the process. 114 for 3. That ends a brilliant partnership. Caught by Bhaskar there at short cover. Jayaprakash is dismissed for 50. Wonderful knock from him. Just 32 balls for those 50 runs. Strike rate of 156. Raju, the new batter now. Raju, an average of just 10 runs. 437 runs in 58 matches for him. We take a look at the replay. He's hit that straight. Look at that. Bhaskar just pulls it off. Inches off the ground. Very close, but a comfortable catch from Bhaskar to end Jayaprakash's innings. And now Raju will face Равикиран for the first time. Much needed breakthrough that for QUALCOMM. They're really desperately looking for that. And Равикиран have managed to give them that breakthrough. It's been expensive today. 10 balls bowled so far. He's conceded 18 runs, but he's managed to pick the all-important wicket. Interesting to see what Raju can do here. Outside the off stump, flays his bat. No connection, and once again the wicketkeeper does really well behind the stumps. It'll be interesting to see how Aniket bats out for the rest of the innings. Looks like his role so far has been to anchor the innings, but now with Jayaprakash gone, does he play the role of the aggressor? Threw his bat at that one, outside the off stump, goes deep to the fielder at third man, just a single added to the score. The end of the over, 15 overs bowled, 115 for 3. Raju retained strike courtesy that single. looks like it's going to be Bhaskar who will come in to bowl his last over. 3 overs bowled for 15 runs so far. So Bhaskar comes in, he's bowling to Raju. Punch towards the point fielder, Raju is almost off. Aniket sends him back, no run is an offer. Short ball on the leg stump, Raju moves across, tries to beat the fielder, but misses, and he loses his leg stump in the process. So 2 back-to-back wickets for NMDC have put them back, and QUALCOMM are right back into this game. 4 wickets down now for 115 runs. Raju dismissed without troubling the scorers. Just 1 run off his 5 balls. Disappointing outcome for him. You can see what he was trying to do. A huge gap has been presented towards the fine leg region. He wanted to capitalize on that. But Bhaskar, being the wily customer that he is, just fired it into the leg stump. You miss, I hit. Raju missed on that occasion, and Bhaskar did not. Pecked back the leg stump, and Raju ends his day early for 115 for 4. A crucial time this in the game now. They need another partnership here in MDC if they have to get to the 160-170 score. Just 28 balls left in the innings now. They need to find a way to get to about 45 runs of those 28 balls. Aniket will play a big role if they have to get anywhere close to that. Meantime, Jaydeep has come into bat. 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃 starts off with a defensive stroke back to the bowler. No stats available for Jaydeep, so he's an unknown proposition for both teams. Tall batsman. Tries to heave across the line, no connection with that. Once again, just punches it off the back foot, straight back to the bowler, no run for an offer. Is this going to be a maiden wicket for Bhaskar? Last ball of a spell. Appeal for leg before, umpire says no, but he ends his spell with a dot ball. A maiden wicket to end his spell. Wonderful bowling from Bhaskar. Keeps things tight. 115 for 4 at the end of 16 overs. Starts off with a stroke towards the deep cover fielder. So Aniket continues to rotate strike. That's crucial phase of this game for NMDC. He's batted so well for such a long period of time. They've lost 2 quick wickets. Things looking very different since Jayaprakash has been dismissed. Once again, Jaydeep trying to throw his bat at that. The umpire stretches his arms, calls it a wide. You can see Jaydeep struggling a little bit. Should I say Joydeep? Joydeep, yeah, 𝗀𝗃𝗃 from Bengal. Typically, both the first name and the last name belong to folks who come from that region. 𝗀𝗃𝗃. Played towards mid-wicket, no single on offer. So 5 dots back to back by Jaydeep. So it's not good from NMDC's perspective, especially not good for 𝗙𝗃𝗃, who's just watching the action from the other end. It's been off strike for a long time. Punches it, somehow manages to get that towards the deep cover fielder, just a single. So 𝗀𝗃𝗃 off the mark finally. Took 6 balls for him to get off the mark, and 𝗙𝗃𝗃 back on strike now. Facing Tanuj. Hit it in the air towards the fielder on the deep cover region, just a single. Once again, 𝗀𝗃𝗃 tries to go big, but just gets the inside half of the bat. The ball remains along the popping crease, no runs on offer. NMDC need to find a way to get a move on. Another dot ball. So the last 2 overs been really good for the bowling team. The 5 runs, the 4 runs of the last 2 overs, and a wicket to go with that. From 115 for 2 at the end of 15 overs, they have now got into a place of bother. 119 for 4 of 17. Run rate falling down from 7.5 to 7 runs and over, and looks like they'll struggle now to get beyond the 140 score the way that things are going at the moment. Umakant comes into the attack, right arm over the wicket. Tries to go big again, just the under half of the bat. No run is on offer. Finally connects, but just on the bounce to the fielder in the deep at long on, just a single for 𝗙𝗃𝗃. And the keeper dismisses the batter there. Wonderful wicket keeping. First off, to get his body behind the line to stop that ball from going through, and then collecting the ricocheted ball and hitting it back on the stumps. Wonderful wicket keeping from Shivam. Tapan, the new batter, 4 matches for 11 runs, so not a lot to talk about in terms of his batting records. But Joydeep Dasgupta gets dismissed. 10 balls he faced for a single. Definitely struggled while he was out there. Just 14 balls left in this innings now. 5 wickets in hand, and NMDC I think have lost the opportunity to put on a big score. Outside the off stump, a play and a miss. Once again, good wicket keeping, although he's not collected that. I think he's done well to get behind the line of that. Shivam, the wicket keeper. This time does get some bat on it, picks the gap at mid wicket. It's calling for 2. Will they get it? Yes, they do manage to do that. There's an umpire's call to check for whether or not that was a short run. They're comfortably behind the 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗲, so 2 runs added to the score. 18 overs completed, 122 for 5. Aniket now will need to find a way to harvest, strike as much as he can, and go for a few big ones because he's NMDC's best bet, having batted there for 46 balls. Batting on 41. There's 12 balls left in this innings for NMDC. Go for the big one, no connection. Mistimed that towards the fielder at mid wicket, who takes a good, comfortable catch. So Aniket gets dismissed, tries to up the ante, but unfortunately for NMDC, they've gotten into a phase where they just can't seem to get any runs on the board. Ever since Jayaprakash was dismissed, it's been one-way traffic. QUALCOMM has come into this game big time. They've managed to pick up 4 wickets for just 7 runs in the last 4 overs. NMDC really disappointed. Aniket is dismissed. A polite applause for him as he walks back towards the pavilion. Played well for his 41 runs. Great to see that the spirits are still high in the NMDC camp, looking to enjoy the game as much as they can. 𝗙𝗃𝗃𝗲 comes out to bat, 125 matches for almost 500 runs at an average of 10. Starts off, maybe that'll be 2 towards the square leg fielder. Yes, 𝗙𝗃𝗃𝗲 ran through. 2 runs added to the score. The last 10 balls left in the innings now. Can they get beyond the 140 mark? That means 16 runs needed of the next 10 balls. They'll need a boundary or 2 to get there. The minimum that they'll want is at least 10 of these next 10. Full down the leg. Umpire raises a finger. It was almost too full for him to be playing that. He was across. When he missed, the umpire was pretty adamant that he was out. Raised his finger almost instantly. So 𝗙𝗃𝗃𝗲 is dismissed for 2 of 2. And Rajat has picked up his 2nd wicket. 15 balls into his bowling innings. 18 for 2 is what his stats show. Jayant is the new batsman out there. Ritwik Pandey is still available for NMDC, but they decide to send in Jayant. It's a dismal average of about 4.5 in his 24 matches, so not a lot to talk about. Tries to hit that straight, just on the bounce to the fielder at long off, just a single. Shot outside the off stump, cut. The fielder at short third man takes that catch. Umakant takes that catch, and Tapan Das is dismissed for 2 of 3. This is all one-way traffic now. QUALCOMM has come back into this game big time. Remember, at one stage, NMDC were 115 for 2 of 15 overs. They're looking really good to go on to scare a score of around 170. But from there, how the match has turned. They've lost 6 wickets within the space of 10 runs. 125 for 8 now. Interesting to see whether they manage to bat it out. 7 balls still left in this innings. checking. Off. A call for Pavilion, egging them on to run. A 120 for 8 the score for NMDC. That should have been 5 runs, if not for him. It's long off. They run through for a single. Director of production is what I hear. Joydeep sir, interesting game this. At one point in time looked like you were well set, 115 for 2.
Yes, we are still well set. Like we are expecting to score 135-40 to give a tough fight to the opponent. And we are still pinning our hopes that we make 135 or 40.
All right, so you're just what 7 runs away from that target. Hopefully you'll get there. A word on that knock from Jaiprakash sir. 50 beautiful runs.
Yes, that was very much needed for the team. As you know, we have lost 3 of our earlier matches and we are pinning all our hopes on this match on the new year to start with a win. And JP's innings was an incredible innings. He played all around and scored a 50 for our team. So we are having some more players coming up in the next few matches.
Okay, interesting that you mentioned that. What are the changes today that we're going to see from the bowling point of view? Are there going to be some new bowlers that will come into the attack, or we are going to see more of the same bowlers who performed previously?
The team is almost the same that played the previous match. Maybe the sequence of bowlers will be changed a bit as per the match goes on. And that I leave on to the captain to give you a surprise. And we are sure that we'll pull up this match on a winning note.
Awesome, that's great to see. A word on yourself, sir. Please pardon me, but I haven't seen you play any of the previous games. Is this your debut game with us?
Yes, I have just joined the company as director
awesome.
1 month back. I've come from Steel Authority of India. And my love of cricket, though my age is not of that, but I wanted to be in the team and I'll be coming in the and participating in a nice tournament, this MVL corporate league going on. And I thought of spending my Sunday in a nice afternoon enjoying the match.
Well, age is just a number, sir. I'm sure that you'll have fun every time you're out here on the cricket field. You just mentioned it, so maybe I'll follow up on that. How do you like the organization so far, sir, of this tournament, this ground? How are you liking the coverage?
Very good. We have cricket in the eastern part of the country also. I had been there involved, but the way you cover, I was really surprised of seeing so many cameras covering the match. And I saw the last match telecast last time. It's a really professional job, no less than what we see on the main TV for the IPL games or other games. It's very well done.
Okay, awesome. That's good to hear. Thank you so much, Joydeep sir, for giving us time. I wish you the best of luck for the second half of this innings, and I hope that you go on to win this game.
Thank you. Let's hope for the best. Thank you.
Cheers. Welcome back to the second half of the game between NMDC and QUALCOMM. NMDC putting together 129 on the board. At one time they looked set to get to about 160, 170, but QUALCOMM managed to pull things back through some quick wickets. Now chasing 130. Vignesh and Kamal opening the batting for QUALCOMM, and Naveen Dubey opening the bowling for NMDC. Starts off with a single down towards long off. Played and miss outside the off stump. Wicketkeeper collects, sends it back. So 3 balls bowled in the over, just a single so far. Long off and deep cover, the 2 fielders outside the circle for NMDC. Beaten outside the off stump again, going for the drive on the full. But 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗲 not connecting. Go for the full-blooded drive this time, once again. It's it towards the fielder at long off, single on offer. Moves back, cuts it towards the fielder at cover point. They don't take the single. The end of the over, just 2 runs conceded. A good start for NMDC. QUALCOMM looking a little circumspect as they start their batting innings. Looking for another 128 runs in 114 balls. 𝗬𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗵𝗃, the new bowler. It's definitely a change. Talking to 𝗀𝗽𝗍 sir earlier, asking them about how they were going to go about the bowling lineup. He told me that there may be a few surprises today. Looks like 𝗏𝗏𝗃 is going to be one of them. Starts off with a short ball on the leg stump. And Kamal just helps it on its way. Just giving it guidance, direction on the bounce over the boundary rope towards the mid-wicket region. Wonderful start for QUALCOMM. Courtesy that boundary, they move on to 6 runs. Outside edge, heading towards the fielder. No, it doesn't. Lands safely. The fielder at cover point runs back, collects that. I think that's 𝗀𝗃𝗃. Keeps it down to 2. So living dangerously now, 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗲. Beautifully played. Off his pads towards the mid wicket and mid on boundary. Four more runs for 𝗂𝗪𝗃𝗃, and QUALCOMM off to a good start now. 12 runs, 10 runs already scored of the first 3 balls this over. They look in good control. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 will need to find a way to get back into this game. It's been expensive early on. 10 runs for the first 3. He adds to that with a wide on the offside. Once again, rocks back on the back foot. Utilizes the width that was on offer very well and beats the fielder at point for a terrific boundary. Another wide on the offside, so 𝗬𝗃𝗃 is really struggling with his line length here. It's either been too far outside the off jump or too far down the legs. He's gone for 16 now of his first 4 balls. That includes 2 wides. Once again, outside the off jump, width on offer, gets the outside edge. Too far away from the keeper for another boundary is an offer. 20 runs scored now of 5 balls this over. What a wonderful result for QUALCOMM. 𝗂𝗪 throws his bat at that wide one, gets the outside edge. That's sufficient to take it to the boundary. No chance for the wicketkeeper there, too far away from him. This time on the legs. Wonderfully well fielded there by the square leg fielder. Lucky 𝗬𝗃𝗃 to get away with that. That was another boundary written all over it. So 2 overs gone in this innings, 22 the score, 20 runs of that over. 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃 back into the attack, looks like. Ball right arm over, asking for a slight change in the field. The point fielder, he wants to move. Starts off with a short ball on the legs. Batsman has not timed it very well, but I think the ball being so new, all the way to the boundary. He's put in 100% commitment there. Not sure if he's managed to stop that or not. We'll take another look at that. Yes, he's done really well to stop that. Wonderful effort on the boundary rope. the leg side. The keeper can't move across to stop that, and the ball is rolling away beyond the boundary for 5 bonus runs. $29 for none now with just 2.1. What a great start this has been to the chase from QUALCOMM. Well on top of the required run rate. Towards the fielder at cover. No run of an offer on that occasion. Beautifully hit. Picks the gap with perfection between the 2 mid-wicket fielders. Play towards the fielder at mid-on. They choose not to take the single on that occasion. Fielder was way back, just on the edge of the 30-yard circle. I think they're so far ahead of the required run rate at the moment. Just needing 5.6 runs and over to win this game. Once again, slashed hard outside the off stump. The new ball travels quickly on this outfield. No uneven patches on this outfield. Wonderfully lush green. So every time you hit your shots, you get value for them. A single on that occasion to end the over. 38 for none at the end of 3 overs. QUALCOMM in cruise control. So 3 overs into the game, 38 for none the score. QUALCOMM batting, chasing a score of just 130. 𝗙𝗂𝗃𝗃 into the attack now. Starts off with a wide down the leg side. This time the keeper was able to move around and stop that. Good work from the wicketkeeper on that occasion. If he misses that, that's 5 runs. So stopping 4 important runs for his team. They need to save every run if they want to have a chance of winning this game, NMDC. Well defended by the batter, 𝗰𝗄𝗃. Just gets on the front foot. Places his bat to nullify any movement of that ball. Top edge! But luckily for Vignesh, is falling short of that fielder at the cover position. Jayaprakash fielding at extra cover. A rank bad delivery down the leg side, almost in the half volley region. And Vignesh is too good of a batter to let that one go. Does not need a second invitation, Vignesh. Every time the bowling has been loose, he's capitalized on it. Wonderful stroke over the fine leg region. Just a couple of bounces, 4 more runs. Another one that's down the leg stump. This time, just played down for a single towards square leg. Take that towards the cover fielder. No run on offer. Last ball of the 4th over coming up. 44 runs already on the board. What a good start for Qualcomm. They look well on track to chase the score of 130. Vignesh has looked really good. So has Kamal. Both batsmen hitting a few boundaries on the way. Kamal has scored 4 boundaries. Vignesh has scored 3. Just as we say that, it's a good one. Comes back into the stumps. But Kamal on top of that defends it. Keeps it out. 4 overs bowled, 44 for none the score. Raju, the new bowler into the attack. Not have a good day with the bat. Raju came in at a good time. 115 for 3 was the score when he was out. Starts off with a short ball around the off stump, but fielded terrifically well. The fielder at point. Great to see the commitment from Team NMDC. I think that's Aniket who stops that ball. Once again cut. Once again the same fielder, but this time he fumbles. The ball goes through for a couple of runs. Short ball, tried to pull that, no timing on that. It goes towards mid wicket for a single. Fielder from mid-on comes in, collects that ball, gives it back to the bowler. The empty mid-wicket region is where that ball had ended up. Inside edge, nothing the keeper can do about that. Ball just runs away towards the boundary, but the fielder stops it just a couple of yards inside the rope, and 2 more runs added to the score. NMDC really struggling to pick up a wicket here. Raju has come in, he's trying to bowl it, bang it into the surface. Once again on the legs. The fielder this time at square leg just runs around the ball, and the ball moves beyond the boundary rope. 50 up for QUALCOMM with that stroke just in the 5th over of the game. Vignesh now batting on 24 of 15. Kamal batting on 22 of 14. Great start for QUALCOMM. 54 for none of 4.5 overs. Wow. Play towards mid-on. Another simple looking single. The end of 5 overs. 55 for none. New over about to begin. 𝗃𝗃 looks like it's going to continue. Bangs it in just outside the off stump, and Vignesh defends it to the fielder at short cover. Beautifully hit by Vignesh over the fielder at the extra cover region. What a good stroke that was. Moment it left the bat, that was 4. The fielder at long off just runs out to collect the ball, and no chance of stopping that. 15-9 for 2 in just 5.2 overs. 71 needed now of 88 balls. Quiet rate of under 5 runs and over. 4.8 runs and over needed now to win this game for QUALCOMM. He hit that one straight. The fielder at long off runs around, does really well to stop that. Collected it on the bounce, keeps it down to a single. Wonderful fielding. That looks like Rishi-Raj based on the color of his shoes. On a length, hit it straight up in the air. The fielder at mid-on ran under that, but in the end, not able to get to it. Shiva or Raju, that is. Yeah, looks like that's Raju, the captain. Just a single added to the score. 61 for none, 5.4 overs bowled. The first half chance, I think, in this game. He's hit it straight up in the air again towards the fielder at long off, but bounces a couple of times. When you miss hit it, you miss hit it badly so that the ball doesn't carry. And Vignesh doing just that on that occasion. 62 for none, last ball of the 6th over coming up. What a good stroke that is. He's picked the gap with perfection between the mid-wicket and the long-on fielder. The ball just bounces once over the boundary rope. That looks like a strong scoring zone for Kamal. He's batting on 27 of 16 balls now. At the end of the 6th over, the score is 66 for none, going at 11 runs and over. Jayaprakash now comes into the attack. A lot of experience behind him. 315 wickets before this game already. It's full outside the off jump. Gets the drive from the batter for a single towards deep cover. Short outside off. Cut it towards the fielder in the deep. Third man does the fielding, keeps it down to a single again. NMDC just going through the motions now. It's the 62 runs needed of 82 balls. They need to find a way to pick a couple of wickets. Towards short third man. No run on offer on that occasion. Punched it off the back foot towards the fielder at cover. No run again. Once again, short ball hit towards that same fielder, but this time can't stop that. A single conceded towards the deep third man fielder. 69 for none. The last ball of the 7th over coming up. It's been good from Jayaprakash. He's come in and bowled a tight over. Just conceded 3 runs off his 5 balls so far. Tries to go big. Just picks up the fielder at long off for the single. The end of the over. 70 for none at the end of 7 overs. Aniket into the attack now. 95 matches for his 86 wickets. Economy of 7 runs and over. So he has some experience. It's the field that's on offer for Aniket. Substitute fielder coming on. Looks like 𝗀𝗃𝗵 will be on the field now. The entire ring moves so that they can accommodate 𝗀𝗃𝗵 at covers. Down the legs, I think if got his pads there. There's no stopping that ball, it's racing away. 4-run signal by the umpire, so it looks like he did get some bat on that. My first impression was that that went off the thigh pad. Let's take another look at that. Signaled off the bat for 4 runs to 𝗂𝗹𝗃𝗃. He's batting on 33 now of 19 balls. Full outside the off jump, driven there, but no runs on offer. An appeal for leg before. I think that was too far high. Cut in the gap between the fielder at point and gully. Ball is racing away beyond the boundary rope. Wonderful stroke again from 𝗂𝗹. 37 of 22 now. Drilled it past the cover fielder, running away towards the long off fence. Just a single. Over the cover fielder, towards the deep, just a single on offer. So I have Rajat with me from Team QUALCOMM. Rajat, good effort with the ball today. Word on that performance, please.
Yeah, actually, the wicket was holding up, so spinners bowled well. I was just trying to bowl with off stump line, so fourth and fifth stump line, so it went well.
Okay. At one point in the game, when I think the two batters were well set there, 𝗀𝗃𝗃 and I believe it was Aniket, who were batting really well, 115 for 2. things were looking ominous. Maybe it looked like the score was going to be a big one. How did you come back in the game from there?
Yeah, after 14 overs, we thought it will be around 160, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we already know. I mean, if one wicket fell, we could get back in the game. So we were just bowling tight line and length. That's it.
How crucial was that spell from Bhaskar? Because I thought that he came into the attack and he kept things really tight. He picked up a wicket as well at the key time.
Correct.
How important that you think his performance was?
Yeah, his performance is very good from past. I mean, so many matches which we are playing, he's bowling really well. So, and the wicket was also holding up, as I told previously. So spinners is gonna come back. I mean, it's gonna bowl good in this wicket. So he bowled very well.
I actually find that interesting, to be honest, Rajat, because I feel that this is like an out-and-out true batting pitch. That's what we've seen with all the scores so far, and even right now, the two batters out there, they're making it look very easy in spite of the spinners coming on. So, when you say that it was holding in, was there something that you noticed that was happening on the pitch? Did you see that the balls were beating the bat?
But if you bowl with, I mean, you have to change some pace. Basically, you can't bowl slow, keep on bowling slow. You have to change your pace, vary your pace. Then only you can feel like it's not a batting pitch because sun is beating down, right?
Okay.
So it will hold up if you change some pace. It's not like if you keep bowling one pace, you won't get that much.
All right, that's interesting. Anyway, right now, the way things are going, both of these batters are looking really well set. Any equation in your mind? Are you looking at wrapping things up early?
Yeah, I think 12 to 13 over will win this match.
12, 13 overs, you'll win this game. Okay. I wish you the best of luck. Let's hope that happens. Last word on the tournament. How do you like what's going on here? How do you like the organizing? Any word on the effort that's been put in?
Yeah, tournament is going very well. I feel this is the first time I'm playing with 4 cameras around, and the review system is very good. So I mean, best of luck for the tournament as well. For the complete committee and all.
All right, that's great to hear. Thank you once again, Rajat. All the best for the rest of the tournament. Rajat. '92 for none, 9 overs bowled. QUALCOMM have really dominated this game. Just 38 runs away from victory now. Looking at just 3.45 runs an over to finish this game. NMDC have tried hard today. They did put in some hard yards with the batting lineup. They're going well to about the 14 over mark. That's when they lost their way. And then when it's come to their bowling, they've just not found a way to be incisive this innings. So QUALCOMM batting comfortably. Both Vignesh and Kamal have not looked like giving away the wicket at any point in time. Both batsmen in their 40s now, playing stroke for stroke. Vignesh on 40 of 29, Kamal on 43 of 26. Aniket comes back to bowl, having conceded 10 runs of his first over. The last over from this end. Vignesh drills that towards the long on fielder. They take a single. Aniket completely losing sight of that ball there. Almost thought that was coming back to him. Safely away from him in the end. Just a single towards long off. Phenomenal batting performance this from QUALCOMM. Both of their batters looking really good. Rocks back, makes width for himself and hits the ball towards the deep point fielder. Just a single. drilled pass back the bowler towards the long off fielder. Just another single to the score. Big hit from Vignesh's bat towards the mid-wicket boundary. The fielder running back, but there's nothing he can do because that's way over the boundary rope. 6 good runs for Vignesh. That takes him to 48. Wonderful batting this from QUALCOMM, Vignesh and Kamal in specific. Last ball from this end. Playing a miss outside the off stump. So 10 overs have been bowled, 102 runs on the board already. QUALCOMM will just need 28 runs in the next 10 overs to win this game. Looks like NMDC is just going through the motions now. The result seems to have been preordained. They're just trying to find a way to get through the score. Will there be a change? Can the captain rev the team up during the drinks break? Can he motivate them to go on and pick a couple of wickets that can bring them back into this game? We don't know. QUALCOMM on the other side look very confident. They look very comfortable. Both batsmen in their 40s now. Vignesh batting on 48 of 33. Kamal batting on 45 of 28. They look set. QUALCOMM will be looking to get a big margin this game. That will give them a push up the points table. That's likely to happen, but whether or not it transpires, we'll find out in about 5 minutes' time when we return from the drinks break. The action about to begin. 28 runs needed now for QUALCOMM to finish this game. Kamal taking strike. Full toss that's been drilled back past the bowler towards the longer fielder. Jayaprakash stops that, sends it back to the bowler. The ball in hand. towards the fine leg boundary. I think there's no fielder there. Empty spaces, lot of real estate. That brings up his 50. '52 of 34. What a brilliant innings this has been from Vignesh. Batted without any trouble throughout this innings. Now motoring along, just 23 runs more needed to finish this game for Qualcomm. How dearly would Vignesh want to stand there when they get the winning runs? Sudhir, well, a couple of loose deliveries to start off. There again, pulling a long way outside the leg stump. No fielders patrolling that region. Comfortable boundary again for Vignesh. Just gets his front foot out of the way and lets the bat swing across the line of the ball. The second time that he's played that stroke today, earlier to a fast bowler, this time to a spinner. The same result on both occasions. 111 for none now. 19 runs needed. That's hit towards the mid-wicket region. Immense power generated, but just on the couple of bounces to Rishi Raj. A single conceded. Rocks back on the back foot, picks the gap between square leg and mid-wicket. The fielder in the deep runs around, stops that from going through. That's good work from NMDC. Great to see that they've not given up on this game yet. They're still committed towards fielding. It's always a positive sign for a team. That hit the pads. I think that may have gotten the bat on its way. But too quick for the keeper. Nothing he can do to stop that. They run through for a single. Yes, no leg by signal by the umpire, for there was definitely some bat on it from Vignesh. Gets away with that. 11 overs bowled, 114 for none. Again, short ball down the legs. Rishi Raj gives him a boundary. First up. Wonderful stroke again from Vignesh. Just playing to the merit of the ball, not trying anything extraordinary. Just a bad ball that needed to be put away, and he did that with aplomb. 118 for none. 11.1 overs into the game. This time opens the face, tries to run it past the fielder at short third man, but hits it straight to him. Just a single added to the score. 119 now. Dishes it up, throws it a little wide, asks Kamal to go big. Kamal not able to get bat on that. Batting on 47 of 31, Kamal. So he's looking for a stroke that can get him to his 50 as well. That one will definitely be called wide. Yes, it is. Umpire stretches his arms. The only two fielders in the deep on the offside are long off and deep cover, deep extra cover. Goes big. Does he clear the fielder at long off? Yes. No. Bounces and goes between them. 50. 50 up for Kamal with that stroke. So heck of a shot. Picked the gap with perfection with that stroke. Two fielders got close, but nobody could get their hand on it. Once again, drill past the cover fielder, but the fielder in the deep stops it, keeps it down to a single. 125 now, the last ball of the 12th over coming up. Can QUALCOMM finish this in the 12th over, or will they take us into the 13th? Go for the big one. Have he connected well? No, he hasn't. That was a catching opportunity, but the fielder makes a meal of that. So towards the end of the innings is when the first opportunity comes in. They failed to latch on to that. So 𝗀𝗽𝗓 into the attack. Bowls to Vignesh, who defends that. Just 4 runs needed now for victory. Rocks back on the back foot, hits it in the gap at covers. The fielder runs around, keeps that down to a single. Just 3 runs needed now for victory for QUALCOMM. NMDC still waiting to pick up their first wicket. They got very close last over. Catching opportunity, went begging. Short ball outside the off stump. The keeper misses. They run through. Is that a bye? I think that is. Yes, bye signal by the umpire. Just 2 runs away now from victory. Vignesh will want to hit a big one here. He's batting on 65 of 42 balls. Just nudges into the gap towards the leg side. 𝗏𝗏 runs in, keeps it down to a single. Oh, that's not 𝗏𝗏. There's somebody else in yellow boots. 𝗏𝗏 is standing here at long off. Last run now. Just 1 run away from victory. This will be a comprehensive win when they get there. Jayaprakash adjusted well. That bounced unevenly on him. Got big. Well behind the line of that, Jayaprakash stops that. And he's bowled him. That's the first wicket of the day. Kamal is distraught. He can't believe that he's thrown away his wicket so late in the game. Just 1 run away from victory. 𝗀𝗽𝗓 comes in, picks up a wicket in the first over. That's experience for you. Keeps things tight. Bowls it stump to stump and picks up a wicket of the last ball of his first over. Against the run of play, as it so often happens in the game of cricket. Whenever you think that the game is done, the game surprises you. 13 overs bowled now, 129 for 1, just 1 run away from victory. Shivam comes into bat, the wicketkeeper, and Jayant is going to hold the ball for NMDC. Vignesh tries to beat the fielder at point, can't get the gap. I'm sure they'll want to get a big shot to finish this game. So NMDC tried really hard today. You saw the effort that they put in, especially with their batting performance in the first half of the game. Almost 2/3 of their first innings, they were in control. But then once they lost Jayaprakash, they just could not get going. And QUALCOMM, they've looked like a side that was destined to win today. The way that they bowled, the way that they've come out and batted. Incredible batting performance. Just one bat shot, I think, all innings. But other than that, they've looked flawless. Vignesh go for the big one, launches into that. Think he's cleared the mid-wicket boundary with ease and aplomb. 135 the score. They win a comprehensive victory. 9 wickets in hand. 45 balls still to go. 39 balls still to go. So that'll do them a lot of good on their net run rate as well. The second victory of the tournament for Qualcomm. 2 out of 3. NMDC. They'll be disappointed. 4 games, 4 losses. Vignesh, 72 of 46, the top performer of the game for Qualcomm. So we come to an end of what has been an enthralling contest between NMDC and Qualcomm. NMDC, for the first 3 quarters of their first innings, looked in great control, but they lost their way in the last half, last 5 overs. They just could not score any runs there, lost all of their wickets. Qualcomm, the moment they came out to bat, they looked in great control, going at 10 runs an over almost every over. I don't think the run rate has ever dipped under 10 and over throughout their batting innings. In the end, finishing the game in the 14th over. For Qualcomm, this is Idris on behalf of Team MVL signing off from the telecast here. We hope that you enjoyed our coverage. If you did, do give us a review on Cricket Heroes. We'll join you next week. For now, this is signing off on behalf of Team MVL. Right, I have Vignesh with me. Vignesh, wonderful batting performance there. 72 quick runs. When you batted like a dream. Didn't look like you were taking any chances. Talk me through your knock.
Yeah, chasing around 130 plus requires a solid opening start, and glad that I'm able to give it to the team. Plus, if you see, we were almost like till the last ball, we both played together. That was more important. More than the 72, the 138 runs we as a partner which we got, that actually turned the match.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought you were in great control. No, at no point in time in your batting innings it looked like there was any threat at all. It didn't look like NMDC had a chance of picking up a wicket, to be honest, the way that you guys were going. So tremendous application from you. I thoroughly enjoyed the innings. What does the rest of the tournament mean for you now? Because now this is 2 victories out of 3. What's the way forward from here?
So we have one more match that we need to win to play the Platinum Cup, as far as I know. So we'll again go for the kill. So and qualify for the Platinum Cup.
Okay. A word on the bowling effort. I think at one point in time they were at 115 for 2 in the 15th over. What happened in the field? How did you guys come back so well?
So during that time, I thought, okay, they're going to take over the match and they're going to score 180 plus. But a brilliant effort from our bowling side with, I think one of the person took 3 wickets in a run. That actually changed the course of the match. And overall, it was a decent performance, given that they were 115 for 2. We could have still restricted them to a lower total, but overall, it's a good performance.
Okay. Last quick word on the tournament itself. Have you enjoyed this tournament?
Yeah, this is a brilliant tournament. The grounds are very, very good, and the umpires, the organizing committee, all we already have played MVL before.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a very, very, very well organized tournament.
All right.
And looking forward to play even more editions.
Awesome. I enjoyed watching you bat today. I hope that you continue to bat and entertain us in the rest of the tournament.
Sure.
Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you.